Good evening, everybody. Again, my name is Rodney Reed. I'm the brother of Rodney Reed and innocent man on death row. We are here to talk about, my brother's case, but also talk about other cases that are currently people out there with family members on death row. And and we're going to talk about some upcoming things that we're going to try to do here in the future, different organizations that we're going to be working with and stuff. But we were talking about the 2020 special and everything, and the stuff that they left out and stuff. But due to the upcoming executions and stuff, we thought we need to switch gears and talk about and try to help amplify these cases and get their story across, because that's very crucial in the movement. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and going into that. And what we're talking about is how people can help stop the upcoming 3 federal executions. Okay. So what we're asking people to do is follow the social media accounts that are fighting for each of these people scheduled for execution. Like Lisa Montgomery, SaveLisa.org, a website ran by lawyers at Cornell Law School. They've been doing an excellent job to amplify Lisa's extensive mitigating factors, should I say. Follow them at Instagram at Her Whole Truth and at Twitter at Death Penalty WW. On the SaveTheLisa.org site, they include her social media toolkit, which tweets images that can be used to amplify the call at hashtag Save Lisa's Life. Sign their movement on the .org petition. Again, all of this information will be on our YouTube video description. Lisa had a childhood, and we're going to talk about Lisa for a little bit, and the reasons why we're doing this. Even though we don't believe innocent or guilty, we believe the death penalty should be abolished, but we're going to talk a little bit about things that she's been going through. She had a childhood of horrific, should I say, abuse and mental illness. Years of torture at the hands of caregivers, child abuse, incest, multiple rapes, and child sex trafficking led to the severe mental illness which severed her connection with reality. Executing Lisa after having going through all the trauma she has experienced as a child would be cruel. Please do all that you can do to help stop Lisa's execution. A lot of people don't realize that, there's circumstances that dictate certain actions in people's lives and according to what they went through in life and stuff. And sometimes it's just not fair, but it all plays a role in what we're going through. And we have to look at all the circumstances leading up to the crime and thereafter. We also want to point out, hashtag Save Lisa is having a social media power hour on January the 5th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check them out at The Whole Truth on the Instagram page, and link their bios. Their bios are linked for more on Tuesday, social power hour. Tuesdays, social media power hour. And again, we're doing all this live, so y'all just bear with me here. I'm doing the best that I could do. Usually we're going to try to tape these things, but we're just doing what we can do when we can do it. And now we're going to talk about, what's going on with Dustin Higgs. There's, he has the execution date coming up. And it's SaveDustinHiggs.com. And we're asking people, to the best of my knowledge, not to donate to the change.org petition. The reason being I'm saying this is because we come to believe that, The donations that are gathered are not used in the fight to help them. That money is going different places. And so, again, we're saying do not donate to the change.org petition. Dustin Higgs' family does not get that money, and the money does not go towards fighting for him. Instead, donate to Alexa MK on PayPal. Again, all this information will be in our description. Dustin's family cannot afford to attend the rallies that are happening in D.C. and Terre Haute, Indiana. And we want as many of the family members as possible to attend without feeling financially constrained. And we know the feeling of this because there's a lot of things that we as the Reed family would like to do for Rodney, but it takes money. So if y'all could go to those things, help donate, so family members can come up, show their love, show their support for Dustin, and you can also follow at Save Dustin Higgs on Instagram, and also check out our last video, which makes the case why Dustin Higgs deserves clemency. Dustin didn't kill anyone, nor had he had any role in the murders of the 3 young women, Tamika Black, Tanji Jackson, or Mishan Chin. Please watch the videos. It's under 30 minutes. And there was an accomplice there. His name is Willie Haynes. He admitted in a signed affidavit that he was a shooter and that Dustin did not make him kill the women, and that Dustin has never made him do anything against his will.
I do need to correct something. Willis Haynes, so that is not the accomplice. That is the person who he acted of his own will. He was the actual perpetrator. Dustin had no role whatsoever in the crime. So Willis Haynes is not an accomplice. He is the actual perpetrator.
The perpetrator. That's my bad. My bad. He is the actual shooter. And so bottom line is Dustin Higgs is innocent, and his family is doing all that they can do to stop the execution. And with the support of Yvette Allen, the sister of Billy Allen, who is another innocent man on federal death row. She's doing a lot of work to help try to get justice for not just her family, but other families as well. Dustin Higgs' family is hosting 2 rallies in D.C. on January 8th and 9th. They're also planning to be in Terre Haute, Indiana for the entire week of January 11th through 15th, where protests and vigils will be happening the day of each scheduled execution. We'll discuss details of each rally later in this video. We will. Also, attend the rallies that are scheduled for January 8th and 9th for Dustin Higgs, January 12th for Lisa Montgomery, January 14th for Corey Johnson, and January 15th, which is Martin Luther King's birthday, for Dustin Higgs, an innocent man on death row. As mentioned before, Dustin Higgs' family is holding 2 protests again. That is January 8th and 9th. Details for Dustin Higgs' family's rallies in D.C. We'll give details for Dustin Higgs' family rallies in D.C. Okay. January 8th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in front of the Supreme Court of the United States, in front of the Supreme Court steps. They will be there. January 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Black Lives Matter Plaza on the side of the White House. Please donate to his sister's PayPal at Alexa C. Marie, and so it's donate for them so his family members can attend these rallies. We're trying to help raise money so his family can be there and support him. And so you can see the impact that it has on the families. There's a lot of people that's involved and a lot of people that this affects, and they want to be there as well. So help do all that you can do with that. And then Death Penalty Action is having some rallies. Death Penalty Action is founded with, by Abe Bonowitz and stuff. And they're having rallies from January 10th through the 16th. Death Penalty Action organization will host Ending the Death Penalty, a virtual conference. Follow the Death Penalty Action on social media to be on the lookout for when they are about to post about it. They plan to publish the agenda by January 6th. The conference will be a series of panel discussions convened via Zoom and broadcast live via Facebook. So look out for that, and also, we want to talk a little bit about Corey Johnson. We got Equal Justice USA they have a petition. They're going after Donald Trump, urging him to use his constitutional authority to help stop the execution of Corey Johnson, a person with an intellectual disability. This link is included on our website description, on our video description, should I say. We urge you to sign this petition. And again, we wanted you to follow Death Penalty Action on Instagram at Death Penalty Action, on Twitter at Death Penalty Act, Facebook at Death Penalty Action. We'll be going more in depth in the future about ways that you can get involved with the partners of Death Penalty Action to ensure that we abolish the federal death penalty in the United States. And you can visit them at deathpenaltyaction.org. And the execution protests for the evening of January 12th, 14th, and 15th. Death Penalty Action will be having protests then, where it'll be in Terre Haute, Indiana, and we will be there. We will be going YouTube live. We'll be doing we'll bring you a lot of this live. We'll be there in DC. We'll be there in Indiana. We'll be there for the week-long thing. We're trying to do all that we can do. And just know that we'll be bringing you a lot of this stuff live. So again, that will be in Terre Haute, Indiana, live. We'll be masked, we'll be socially distanced, and we'll protest. There will be prayer vigils that will take place from across the main entrance of the prison where the execution will be taking place. That's where we'll be. We'll be right across the prison where all this stuff is happening, and we'll be protesting vigils and everything else. And we plan to bring that YouTube live for you. And as well, assuming the execution times will remain at 6 p.m., people will gather starting around 4:30 p.m. and maintain a presence until it is clear that the execution has been carried out or halted. We will be there. Sometimes family members of the people that are scheduled for execution choose to attend. Please come out if you can to show your support for these families, because they are suffering too. A part of them is dying too. And there is a better way. No one has the right to take a life. And, as far as Reed Justice's initiative is concerned, like I say, we will be there on the scene. And we have a lot of great needs. Like right now, we're needing people to help with this YouTube page, this YouTube channel that we have. We need editors. We need people that wants to get involved and help us create a stimulating and captive audience, to help us come across more professionally. We're doing all this stuff, not trying to build kudos, but trying to make a difference in the world, and so that's our purpose here. So if you know anyone who can lend a hand in editing and experience in audio and all that kind of stuff, that will commit to the 21 weeks helping us to deliver our content to you in an engaging way. If so, you can send us an email at readjusticeinitiative@gmail.com or tag them in the comments below. We're also at the point, where we're needing financial support ourselves to continue our work, to continue what we're doing, because we plan to have an action every month, until my brother is freed, and we're going to commit to that. And we plan to be involved in other death row cases out there. We plan to get in where we fit in, but it does take money. So if we could have people to, step up to the plate, get involved. If you can't, donate financially. If you can do something technically, if you can do something spiritually, if you can just be a body in the background holding up a sign. We encourage people to do all that they can do, because this here is a year of change. 2021 can be a year of change. It's what we make of it that makes all the difference in the world. We can take all these experiences, especially like 2020. It was a very, very trying year. We lost over 300,000 people in the United States to COVID. You know what I mean? And a lot of things have changed, but one thing that still hasn't changed is the injustice in our justice system, and we need to change that. We need to stand together and band together to make a change, because it's greatly needed. So we're asking everybody to get involved, to watch our YouTube channel, to tell others to subscribe to it, so that we can get a greater message out to the masses. So we can point out some of the things that are going wrong here. There's a lot of things that we have up and coming, and we encourage everybody to get involved. You can go to Reed Justice Initiative, to our event page. We're going to be posting stuff out there. And everything else. And if there's people out there that needs any kind of assistance, reach out to Reed Justice Initiative. If you have a loved one or a family member that's on death row, whether wrongfully or just there because of a crime they committed, we stand up to abolish the death penalty. We don't believe that the justice system has the right to take a life, and so that's what we're here for, and that's what we're trying to do. And we just want to again point out that here next week is going to be a very big week. There's a lot of executions that are scheduled, and there's a lot of ways that we can help. If you want to get involved, again, go to our description page, and we'll have that information for you, and we can make a difference out here. And if anybody else out there has any other comments or any suggestions how we can better be of service, how we can better get our information out there, or just help us to streamline this, it would be greatly helpful. Because we're just swinging it. We're just going for what we know, but we're doing what God puts on our hearts to do. And whether it come across rough or smooth, all I want is the message to be well received. Thank y'all, and y'all have a good night.